All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to round two of In the Paint here at the Pete Bird Sports Arena in Davis, Oklahoma, as we decided to call the Bird Cage.
Bird Cage it is.
Because nobody's going to tell us no. And this is Jared Morse along with Brad Bentley, and they let us come back. So
that was in doubt there for a little bit.
It was up in the air.
We made it 1.5 games the first broadcast. Let's see if we can make it a full 2 this time.
We'll break our record. We're hoping. We're glad everybody could join us tonight. Whether they're here or whether you're joining us on the live stream, we are getting ready for the girls. The first game of the evening, which would be the Davis Lady Wolves versus the Wynnewood Lady Savages.
Big time rivalry game tonight.
Right.
Wynnewood Davis. It's always a long standing tradition. These two teams like playing each other. They always get after it when they play each other. So,
and we're looking forward to it and bringing you all this game tonight. We've come a little ways with this since we were here last week. We've got some different graphics now. We have commercials.
Hey, we got a sponsor.
We've got a sponsor.
Hey, we need to announce them right now. EDP Wind Farm has decided to sponsor us this season. That's awesome. We appreciate.
And EDP Wind Farm has been really good to us at the Howell Media class and everything. They made great donations to us, which we were able to buy a lot of our sound equipment and our streaming equipment. So we owe them a lot, and we're glad that they're with us this season.
Can't say thanks enough to those guys and girls at EDP Wind Farm for sponsoring us. And we got a big game tonight.
Really
Lady Wolves are about to get going here, 1-1 on the season.
1-1, fell a little short to Lexington the first game, and then we went to Wayne on Tuesday.
Yeah, we're able to take that game in Wayne, and now we're able to have our first win on the season at home, which is what we're looking to do tonight.
Absolutely.
So again, Jared, should be a good big game tonight.
I'm looking forward to it. I think the ladies are looking forward to it as well, ready to get out here. Like you said earlier, Wynnewood is a big rival, and and a lot of these kids, they know each other.
That's right. They see each other when they're out eating lunch.
Yeah.
They see each other in the community. These are the teams that you want to beat because you have to see them the rest of the year.
Right. And I mean, some of our Davis kids, they live out that way, towards Wynnewood and the Joy area and stuff. So I mean, they all know each other. So it'll be, I think it'll be a good deal. It'll be a good game.
Seen some good improvement already on this early season for the Lady Wolves. A lot of girls playing. What are a couple keys you see for tonight, Jared?
I think first of all, we need to get started quickly, getting the ball down the post. I know last week when we were here at home, we had a little bit of a slow start, but then the offense really started flowing through our junior Jolie Grinstead. And, when we were getting the ball down to her, we were doing really well. I think playing, getting the ball down low, drawing fouls, and then staying out of foul trouble is something that we did quite a bit we were in a lot of foul trouble last week.
Foul trouble kind of got us in that first game. Did a much better job in the second game. Really, this team is going to be very successful if they play inside out first. And,
right.
There's no doubt that that's the way we're going to have to play as a team because it opens up those outside shooters. And there's a lot of girls on the outside that can hit those open shots, but got to play inside out, let that the zone or the man sag on the inside, double team the post, and Grinstead has been good enough to draw the double team, son. So
right,
we play inside out. We've got a good chance to win a lot of games this year.
Sure. I mean, if we can get
That's from the other night.
Just if we can get, especially if we can get the Lady Savages to crash down low, and try to and play a little harder in the post, then we can kick the ball back out, because this Lady Wolves team has some excellent shooters, and we're capable of scoring from the outside.
I know the other key for this one is this Lady Wolves team it's a deep team. A lot of girls play off the bench. I know that they have had some really good play off the bench. A lot of different girls have scored from there.
We also have some. We've got a couple younger players. We have 2 freshmen playing on the girls team that saw a lot of minutes.
They did
in the first game.
and they played well in the first game.
Absolutely.
You know, both the Pruitt girl and then also
J.C. Lenoy.
Lenoy really played a lot of quality minutes. Did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really proud of that girl.
And earlier today, when I was in here getting set up, they were both out here shooting around. Nobody else in the gym, but they were out here working out. So, I mean, they're trying hard. So
that's usually a good sign of things to come when you know they're willing to put the effort in right now.
And it looks like our captains are just talking to our ref, and we're getting ready to do the national anthem.
So we're gonna mute ourselves here for a second so you guys can hear the national anthem, and we'll be right back.
All right. All right. And we're about to have the starting lineups for the Wynnewood Lady Savages. Number 2, Kalia Oliver is a senior. Number 5, Emma Anderson, a junior. Number 11, Caitlin Harmon, a junior. Number 20, Cheyenne Burden is a senior. And number 21, Cassidy Keith, a senior.
And now for your Davis Wolves, Lady Wolves.
The Wynnewood Lady Savages. And now the starting lineup for your Davis Lady Wolves. And are the 5'7" senior, number 2, Kyla Burks.
Number 2, Burks, a 5'7" senior.
Number 11, Jordan Brown.
Number 11, Jordan Brown.
Junior, number 12, Haley Collins.
Number 12, Haley Collins.
The 5'9" sophomore, number 15, Julie Grinstead.
Number 15, sophomore Jolie Grinstead.
Number 31, Riley Truman.
And number 31, a senior, Riley Truman.
Was of head coach Chet Brown, assisted by Tony West.
All right, Brad, let's get ready.
All right, so again, starters for the Wolves were 5'8" senior Burks, 5'4" sophomore Brown, 5'9" junior Collins, 5'10" junior Grinstead, and a 5'11" senior Riley Truver. So,
And the Lady Savages look like they're going with a smaller lineup. They don't have a whole lot of height, but it looks like they're kind of built for speed. So we'll see what happens here against the Lady Wolves.
looks like Grinstead is going to jump for the Wolves today.
Grinstead jumping against Burden.
Wolves do get the jump, Brown takes the ball up, and she works the ball around the perimeter over to Collins. Collins back inside to Truver, kicks back to Brown, back to Burks, out to Grinstead. Again, working the ball around the perimeter here. Ball goes back to Brown. Brown looks to set the offense back to Burks. Burks back to Brown, loses the handle. It's going to be a backcourt, and first turnover on the Lady Wolves here. Ball goes over to the Savages.
All right, Lady Savages, number 5, Emma Anderson brings the ball in to back over to Anderson. Anderson on the left looking down to number 11, Harmon. Harmon passes down into the post to number 21. That's Keith. Keith out to number 2, Oliver. Oliver at the top of the key, back over to 11, Harmon. Harmon looking around, back over to Anderson. Anderson's holding on the ball. She's going to dribble to the right to Oliver. Oliver is covered by Brown pretty tightly.
Nice early defense by the Wolves.
Early defense by the Wolves. Wolves in a 2-3. And it goes back inside to number 21, Keith.
Misses the chip in, but gets the put back, and it's going to be Brown taking the ball up for the Lady Wolves. Brown works the ball around the perimeter, trying to get the ball inside to Truver. Goes back out to Collins, who looks for the shot. It's covered, kicks over to Truver, kicks back out to Burks.
Lady Savage is also employing a 2-3.
So working around the perimeter still, from Burks to Brown. Brown dribble penetrates, kicks the ball off over to Collins. Again, looking to work the ball around the perimeter. Brown back to Collins. Collins dribble penetrates in the goal, lays it to Grinstead. He kicks the ball back out to Brown, to Burks. Burks to put up a long 3. It's no good. Rebound by Grinstead, puts the ball up, no good. Rebound now by the Savages. She is down on the ground, and she travels. Ball's going to go back to the Lady Wolves right there.
All right.
Nice job by the Lady Wolves getting a couple shots at the goal, able to get the rebounds, and
getting back to the board,
there.
and even crashing the boards on the miss.
So Burks inbounds to Brown. Brown again works the ball around the perimeter, looks back to Burks. Burks puts up the 3. It's no good, short. Rebound to Wynnewood.
So there's rebound by number 11, Harmon. Harmon's going to bring the ball up the court, and she's going to dribble to the right. Sends it over to Anderson. Anderson passes back down inside to number 21, Keith.
Missed it, and Truver with the rebound over to Brown. Brown's kind of pushing the pace here. Kicks the ball over to Collins. Collins looks for the 3. He's covered. Kicks back out to Burks. Burks dribbles in, puts up a shot. It's no good.
Looks like that was off.
Nice rebound
Right.
there by Truver, just off her hand, out of bounds to the Wynnewood.
And Anderson's going to bring the ball down the court. Davis has been putting on a lot of pressure once they cross that half-court line. Oliver has the ball on the right-hand side, passes back down. Now it's on the baseline to number 5, Anderson. Anderson tries to pass inside, and it goes up by number 20. That's Burden for 2.
So Brown brings the ball back up court, kicks the ball over to Collins, who works the ball inside to Truver. Truver back out to Burks. Burks attempting to get the ball into Grinstead, and Grinstead with the travel right there along the baseline.
Now, what we were talking about earlier, Brad, it does look like the Lady Wolves are trying to get the ball back down. Are trying to get the ball back down into the post. Oliver on the right-hand side for the Lady Savages. Ball batted away by Grinstead, but Harmon has it now for the Savages on the right-hand side. She's looking inside. She tries to drive the baseline, cut off by Jolie Grinstead, and ball goes out of bounds. Looks like it back to Wynnewood.
Yeah, I definitely think the Lady Wolves' game plan is to work the ball down low. Just real good defense early on by Wynnewood.
Harmon gets the ball at the top of the key and shoots, misses, and it's rebounded by Jolie Grinstead.
Grinstead with the handoff to Brown. Brown pushes the pace, gets the ball up past half court, kicks the ball over to Burks. Burks back to Brown. Brown to Collins. Collins inside to Truver. Truver's going to put the ball up. It's no good. Rebounded by Wynnewood.
Rebounded by number 2, Oliver. Oliver is pushing the ball down the lane, and number 5, Anderson with the shot.
Just lost a guy there. Put back by Wynnewood. Burks inbounds to Brown. Brown's going to be a little more patient coming up court this time with the ball. Kicks the ball over to Collins. Collins to Burks. Burks into Grinstead. Grinstead double teamed. Still gets a shot up, and it is good for her first point of the day.
And that was, I mean, she showed really good concentration on going up over the top. Harmon's going to bring the ball down for the Lady Savages.
So 6-2
Kicks
Wynnewood currently.
Kicks it over to Oliver on the right-hand side. Oliver back up to Anderson. Anderson down into number 20, Burden. Burden back out to Anderson. Anderson to Oliver. Oliver for the long three, and it's good. That puts the score 9-2, Wynnewood. Harmon who cuts through on the left baseline, and Harmon tries to thread the needle with a pass to the middle, and it goes out on number 1, Murphy, and it is Wynnewood ball.
Three new starters or 3 new players in right now.
Harmon tries to make a pass down, and he gets. It's another jump ball. It got away from her, and then Brown was all over it.
So starting the 5 out there right now for the Lady Wolves. So Murphy, Alexander, Scott, Grinstead, and it looks like the last one is Brown. So Alexander to Brown works the ball around the perimeter, back out to Scott. Scott to Alexander. Again, Scott looks to shoot, kicks it back out to Brown. Brown works it over to Murphy. Alexander to the post. Dribbles off the baseline. It's going to be a turnover on the Lady Wolves.
Anderson passes the ball into Harmon, who's going to bring the ball down for the Lady Savages again. Harmon to Oliver. Oliver on the right-hand side looking for an entry pass. Her pass gets away and is picked up by Brown.
Brown's going to push the tempo here and puts up a fast break layup, and she is fouled. The shot is no good, but she'll be on the line to shoot 2.
And
Brown's first 2 free throw attempts of the game.
and that was good concentration on the steal by Brown.
Nice shot.
At the line, the Lady Wolves, number 11, Jordan Brown.
So Brown's first free throw is up, and it is good. Currently 9-3 with a minute 34 to go here in the first period. Lady Savages lead. Brown's second free throw is up, and it is also good. Again, 9-4 now.
Now the Lady Wolves are on full court press.
Looks like we're going to put a little pressure here on them.
And the ball goes into now being brought back down by Harmon. They get past the Davis press. Oliver dribbles up and takes a quick jumper, misses. Rebound by number 21. That's Keith, and she was fouled. Looks like by
I think that was Alexander.
by Haley Alexander. That's her first, and the Davis first. And Keith is going to shoot 2. Keith's first shot is a high teardrop that is good. And the second shot is good for Keith, and that makes the score 11 for Wynnewood.
So now it looks like Wynnewood's going to apply some full court pressure here. Inbounds goes from Brown to Murphy, back to Murphy. He kicks it over to Scott. Scott loses the handle. He's able to recover. Looks like he is fouled on the line. They're going to call a
Travel.
there. Looks like she got bumped there.
It did look like Harmon bumped her, but Harmon's going to
turnover.
Harmon's going to pass into number 23, Smith, for Wynnewood. Gives it back up to hands off to Harmon at the top of the key. Brown's going to come out on pressure. And over to number 24, Thompson. Thompson to Oliver. Oliver passes out to number 23 again, Smith, who's going to drive the lane, try for a layup and miss, and the rebound picked up by Haley Alexander.
So Brown pushes the tempo up to Murphy, who's got a little bit of a room there, puts up a shot. It's no good. She follows her own rebound, but she's called for the foul there, so it's going to be Wynnewood ball.
We've got a couple subs coming in for Davis and Wynnewood.
Looks like Noy for Brown, and then also looks like Pruitt for Grinstead. So it looks like we're going to try and get a little speed out here on the full court press.
Number 15, Riddle, comes in for Wynnewood. Now, Keith's pass to number 23, Smith, was off, but Harmon has it out the top of the key. And it goes back over to Smith, pass to Harmon at the top. Over to number 15, Riddle. Riddle's going to try to drive in, pass back out to Smith. Smith kicks it over to Harmon on the right-hand side. And Harmon looking for a little direction. Pass back over to Riddle. Riddle to Thompson. Thompson down to Harmon. And now Smith is driving the lane, loses the ball, and Grace Murphy picks it up.
So Murphy pushes the tempo into Scott. Scott puts up a shot. It's no good. Rebounded by Wynnewood. We've got a kind of a scramble for the ball there. No foul. And that is the end of the first quarter currently with the Wynnewood Lady Savages leading the Lady Wolves 11-4.
So, Brad, what do you think so far about the first quarter?
Kind of similar to the first game we broadcast. It's been a little bit of a slow start for us. We're kind of still feeling out what we want to do offensively. Still third game of the season, so I think we're still playing, still trying to figure out what our offensive identity is.
Right, I agree with you. Both teams, I think, are playing good defense. Wynnewood is putting on the pressure, but Davis down here is also putting quite a bit of pressure with that 2-3 zone.
Yeah, and I think our girls on defense, we've had some defensive lapses there where we just kind of lost the lady on that 1-3. You know, she was an open shot, and then there was another one down under the post where we kind of we sagged into the middle and left the girl open. So we just gotta keep watch on where our defenders are. Stay home.
Right.
And again, some of that comes with a little nerves and with again, third game of the season. We should expect to see some of that. I imagine we'll tighten up as the game progresses. This is really, in the first game, this is really when we started to make hay is in the second quarter.
In the second quarter, yeah. Wynnewood's going to start off with the balls. Harmon's going to pass the ball in. Harmon into Smith. Smith's going to direct traffic from the top of the key and pass back over to Riddle. Riddle back to Smith at the top. Smith back over to Riddle on the right. Riddle's going to drive around the screen set by Smith, pass to Harmon on the left baseline. Harmon's going to dribble all the way back to the top, over to Smith. Smith looking for somebody to pass to. Harmon's down the right baseline corner and pass to Smith. Smith has a shot, but it was deflected, looked like by number 5, J.C. Lenoy.
It's going to be the Lady Wolves ball, and this is a young lineup for the Lady Wolves. We've got 2 sophomores, 2 freshmen, and a senior out there currently. I thought it was going to be
Wynnewood ball,
but it is Wynnewood ball.
Harmon's going to pass into Smith, who passes into Keith. That was a good play by the Lady Savages.
Yeah, nice entry pass there. So Alexander kicks the ball into Lenoy, who's going to bring the ball up. Again, we've got full court pressure here by the Lady Savages. Pass goes over to Murphy, kicks it back to Lenoy, pass half court. Tries to get it into Pruitt. Pruitt is able to, if he loses the ball, gets a steal, puts a nice right-handed layup up there. The freshman there.
A nice little sky hook by Logan Pruitt. That was great. Harmon is under pressure. She passes the middle, goes back to Smith. Smith's going to try to drive the lane, passing number 24. And there's a little scrum for the ball down there, and it looks like it's going to go to the Lady Savages.
Yeah, good scrappy play on both ends of the court there by Pruitt. She lost the handoff there. It looked like it was going to be a turnover. Was able to kind of strip the ball, get the ball back, put the basket in. So and then here on the defensive end has done a good job of kind of being all over the court.
Absolutely. Pass into number 15. And that is Riddle with the long shot. It does not go, and we have another jump ball. This one's going to go to the Wolves.
Later in this ball, Grinstead's back in the game now. She has replaced Alexander. So Murphy inbounds to Lenoy. Lenoy kicks back to Murphy, looking to get the ball past half court. Over to Scott. Scott back to Lenoy. The Lady Wolves are now past half court. She's going to go directly to him. This is the shot. Murphy with the tough rebound there, and she puts kind of a shot up. Looks like foul. The foul's not called. Ball goes back to her. Puts another shot up, and this time the foul is
We
called.
do get the foul.
The shot is no good, but she'll get to shoot 2 here.
It looks like they were being allowed to throw a few elbows down there that time.
Murphy's first free throw is up, and it is no good.
We got a couple subs in for the Lady Savages. Oliver is back on the court now, along with number 23, Smith.
So Murphy's second free throw is up, and it is also no good. So 0-2 on the line right there. The Lady Wolves currently trailing 6-13 to the Savages.
Lady Wolves with pressure, but now the ball's back on the Wynnewood side. Harmon starting out back over to Oliver on the right-hand side, who tries to take a jab step and then passes back over to Harmon in the corner. up to Smith at the top of the key for the long three. It is off. Rebound by Harmon. Over to Oliver. Oliver's going to dribble to the top of the key and direct traffic for a second, looking for an open person. Pass it to Harmon. Harmon to Smith. Smith tries to pass down to Keith. It's kicked back out to Harmon. Oliver with a three that's off again, and Harmon with another rebound.
Tell you what, we've been killed on the boards here. We got to get some of these rebounds.
And Wynnewood just tried to pass inside to number 20, Burden. And as she was getting the ball, Jolie Grinstead reminded her she was there, and drew her first foul.
So Brown back in the game now for Scott.
And the pass inside to Keith, but broken up by Brown. Now Smith to Oliver. Oliver in the corner, back out to Smith. Smith's going to shoot again, and that time she connects, and it's 16-6, Wynnewood.
So Brown inbounds to Lenoy. Still full court pressure here. Now they drop the pressure back. Murphy passes back over to Brown now. Brown to Lenoy. Lenoy directing the offense. Goes to Murphy. Again, the ball's getting passed around the perimeter here. Looking to work it inside. Lenoy dribble penetrates. Kicks back out to Murphy. Attempts to get the ball into Pruitt and is able to. Pruitt with the shot up, and it is good.
That was another good shot by Logan Pruitt. Lady Wolves are pressing the Wynnewood Lady Savages as they try to get the ball to court. Over to Smith. Back to Harmon. It was 2-on-2 at first. Harmon tried to drive all the way into the basket. Back out. Smith now with the ball. She drives past a couple Lady Wolves. Hands off to Harmon. Harmon dribbles around the top of the key. Pass to Oliver. Oliver sets up the offense again. She's pretty tightly covered by J.C. Lenoy. The Lady Wolves are cutting off all the passing lanes. There's nowhere to go. And that was a good play by Brown to get in the way. Keith with the rebound. And the ball goes out of bounds again on Grace Murphy.
We're doing a good job of the initial defensive set. We just got to get these defensive rebounds, get off the court. We're giving them way too many second chance shots.
Right, Brad. We got to hang on to the ball. Pass inside to Keith is off, and the rebound by Grinstead.
Grinstead pushes the ball up. She's going to take the ball herself. Hands off to Brown. Now Brown past half court, and she's going to set the offense up. Grinstead over to Murphy, and the defense collapses on her. So Murphy back out to Brown to Lenoy. Lenoy to Murphy. Murphy kicks across court to Lenoy. Lenoy's going to put a shot up, and it is no good. Rebound that time by Grinstead. Nice rebound. She is fouled and hits the shot. So she's got a nice chance for a three-point play here.
That's on 20, Cheyenne Burden, her second.
Again, 10-16 currently. The Lady
Number 15, Jolie Grinstead.
Grinstead on the line for the first time tonight. And her shot is up. It rims out.
And it looks like it's
rebound attempt that time by Murphy.
And it's off of number 24 Thompson, so it's going to stay Lady Wolves ball.
So Brown looks to inbound the ball. Again, the Lady Wolves set up their offense. Ball's kicked out to Murphy. Murphy back around the perimeter to Lenoy. Again, trying to work the ball inside. Brown with an open three. Puts it up, and it is good.
That was a great shot by Brown. That takes the score to 16-13 Wynnewood. Davis with the press again. Pass to Smith, who drives up the right side almost all the way to the hole. Tries to get around Grinstead.
Pruitt that time with a nice job of kind of stripping her right when she got up to lay that, to attempt the free throw.
And that's Logan Pruitt's first foul. Harmon's going to try to pass the ball in and she gets called for the 5 seconds. So now it goes back to the Lady Wolves.
So Wynnewood drops the pressure back. Looks like they're going to pressure. Looks like the Lady Wolves are going to take a timeout here, and we will be back.
30-second timeout.
And we'll be back here in just a second.
Okay, so Lenoy is going to work the ball around the perimeter here. Goes to Brown. Brown to Grinstead. Grinstead back to Lenoy. And Grinstead sets a nice pick for Brown. Not a shot attempt there. So Lenoy works the ball inside, and the ball is stolen.
And it's going to be Lady Savage's ball. Harmon's going to pass the ball in, and it passes into number 20, 20 Burden, and the ball's going to get away from Lady Savages. She went for a shot and it didn't even touch the rim.
So here we go now for the Lady Wolves. Brown inbounds to Lenoy. Brown's going to take the ball up court here, and we are going to set back up on offense. So Lenoy again works, got the ball up on top of the key, and she's going to kick back out to Pruitt, who looks for the three. It's not there. She's going to work that. She dribble penetrates, puts a ball up, able to take a shot there. She was going to take the three, wasn't there, put the ball back on the ground, dribble penetrated in, put the ball up, and was fouled. So Pruitt is back on the line. This will be her looking to add to her scoring point. First free throw is up, and it is no good.
All right, that foul was on number 23, Smith, for the Lady Savages.
So Pruitt with her second free throw attempt is up, and it is no good. Nice rebound attempt by Grinstead. Grinstead is able to tie the ball up, but the ball does turn over to Wynnewood on possessions.
All right, Wynnewood's going to pass in the ball, number 5. Pass into Harmon. Harmon back over to Anderson. And Smith's going to drive the ball down, pass to Harmon at the top of the key. Tries to pass into Keith, but it's put away. It's knocked away by Jolie Grinstead.
Looks like Pruitt accidentally stepped on the baseline there, though. We're going to turn it back over to Wynnewood there. Nice job that time by the defense. So
Smith's going to catch the inbound pass back over to Harmon in the perimeter. And the rebound's going to get picked up by J.C. Lenoy.
Lenoy is going to drive the ball into the paint. She looks for Murphy, who is set up in the paint, but unable to hit the shot. But good news is that after the rebound by Wynnewood, though, they're going to step out of bounds, and it's going to be Lady Wolves' ball again. So 2:36 to go here in the second quarter. Ball's kicked into Brown. Brown again looking to set the offense up. Goes back out to Lenoy, who's going to put up a three. It is no good. Lady Wolves.
Well, the Lady Savages tried to get a rebound. Number 12, that's Gibson. She tries to get the rebound, but steps out. She travels on her way out.
Got another nice break that time. So Lenoy to inbound. Inbounds comes to Grinstead. Grinstead is looking to go cross court to Murphy. Murphy to Brown. Brown back out to Lenoy. Lenoy down low to Grinstead. Grinstead with the shot up, and it is good.
And that's going to close the gap. 16-15, 1-point game for the Lady Savages in the lead. Pass to Anderson. Anderson trying to get the ball back down the court. And the Lady Wolves are pressing. Logan Pruitt reached in just a little too much, and she's going to get called for the foul.
Well, we said the second quarter has been kind to the Lady Wolves so far this season, and it's been a good second quarter for us this game.
Anderson passed the ball into Keith, who's going to give it to Smith at the top, and Smith over to Murphy on the right-hand side. Down to Oliver, and Oliver tries to pass back out down to the post to Keith, and ball gets knocked out of bounds by the Lady Wolves, and Wynnewood's going to call timeout, Brad.
So, 30-second timeout now. Lady Wolves have closed the lead. It's now 16-15. The Savages, or Lady Savages, currently lead. So, again, we've kind of figured out some stuff here in the second quarter. Been able to work the ball into the post, been able to hit a couple threes. Really seen much better spacing by the offense and much better defense here in the second quarter.
Right. I mean, and the Lady Wolves, they're getting the ball down into the blocks again, like we were kind of talking about, and that has opened up the outside, like just as we were kind of hoping they would.
So leading scorer right now for the Lady Wolves is Grinstead with 6 points. And you also have, behind her, you have Brown with 5 points, including the 1-3 we got to see a few minutes ago.
That was a pretty three.
It was a pretty three, you bet. I hope she gets a couple more of those.
That was great. Savages are going to pass the ball in to Keith. Keith pass to Oliver, who's at the top left corner, and it's going to be rebounded by 12.
So Collins with the rebound there, hands off to Brown. Brown sets the offense back up. We got Collins back in now for, she's back in on offense. So Brown works the ball around to Lenoy. Brown to Lenoy, back to Brown. Back to Collins. Collins tries to work the ball into Grinstead, and it is intercepted or just tapped over to Wynnewood, and they get the steal.
Oliver tries to drive the ball in low, and it gets taken away by Grinstead.
So Grinstead's going to go directly to the goal, puts it up. It is no good. Puts a rebound up. It is no good. Fighting for the rebound under the goal. We got two girls fighting for it right there. I think they called a foul on Murphy. It's going to be Wynnewood ball.
They're calling that on Jolie Grinstead.
Oh, they did call it on Grinstead. I didn't see it. I thought that was Murphy in there. So we talked a second ago about Collins. Collins is in for Pruitt. So Truver comes in now also. So starting five are Brown, Pruitt, Lenoy, Collins, and Murphy.
And Smith is going to bring the ball down for the Lady Savages. Pass over to Harmon on the right-hand side of the perimeter. Harmon cross court to number 15. 15 is going to drive and shoot, and the ball gets rebounded by Riley Truver, and she's going to be bumped down to the floor.
So